Namaskar students. So in we are learning ion beam analysis techniques, or some of the ion beam analysis techniques are also known as the experimental nuclear techniques. So in this lecture we will learn new ion beam analysis techniques. These are known as the nuclear reaction analysis or NRA and particle induced gamma ray emission or PGA. So in our previous lectures we have learned RBS and then ERDA and RBS channeling, then we have learned PIXI. So if you recall all these techniques, all these techniques have some advantage and disadvantage. Means some limitations exist in all techniques. Like in RBS, we know that low Z elements cannot be, they are not sensitive to the low Z elements. Similarly, ERDA can detect the hydrogen very easily, and similarly in PIXI, that light element cannot be detected by using PIXI. So because of the lacuna of some techniques, another technique emerged with some new extra features. So that is why today we will learn another experimental nuclear technique, that is NRA, nuclear reaction analysis and particle induced gamma ray emission. This lecture is prepared on the basis of this atomic and nuclear analytical method book by H.R. Verma. So this is very nice book. He has included all the analytical techniques, methods based on the atomic and nuclear physics. Okay, so let us try to start the new technique, that is nuclear reaction analysis. So as I discussed, in case of PIXI or RBS, so the light element from hydrogen to fluorine cannot be analyzed by PIXI technique. Why this cannot be analyzed? Because of the limitation of the detector, that silly detector cannot detect the light elements. And another thing is that if we go to the RBS, it's a depth profiling of the light element in a heavy matrix by using RBS method, that is limited, means that cannot be done very easily, because the RBS is Z dependent. So heavy element light element will overlap on heavy elements. However, these low element can be detected by carrying out some nuclear reactions with accelerated charge particle under some condition and giving out secondary particles or gamma ray emission. If it is giving secondary particles, this is known as the nuclear reaction. If it is giving gamma, it is known as the gamma ray emission. Nuclear reaction, NRA and PG. Here I have written proton or particle. So normally in case of PG, proton is used. Other particle may also be used, but normally proton is used. That is why this is known as PG. Then we can say they are complementary to the PIXI technique. However, unlike PIXI, we know that PIXI is not a nuclear technique. NRA and PG are nuclear techniques, and these techniques are governed by the rule of the nuclear reactions and kinematics. So what happens when ion beam energy more than the Coulomb baryon energy is made to imping on the target, the energetic ion are able to perform nuclear reactions with target atom, resulting in excited nucleus. Okay, and this primary ions which is imping on the target, that will be absorbed by the target nucleus at some energy and resonance condition, and giving rise different particles like proton, neutron or alpha, or maybe gamma. So if it is giving proton, neutron or alpha, that is known as the nuclear reaction. If it is giving gamma, that is PG, particle induced, proton induced gamma ray emission. So nuclear reaction analysis, the most nuclear reactions have sharp resonance in the cross section at certain energy. So means that energy is fixed at which the resonance condition will occur. So that means by using this fact one can measure the depth scale of major impurity concentration. For example, if proton charge particle is falling on fluorine, and it is giving rise to alpha particle and heavier nucleus, that is oxygen. So this is how the nuclear reactions used to be right. So this is incident charge particle, this is target, and this is the emitted particle, and this is the residual nucleus. Okay. So in this case, fluorine absorb 1.5 MeV proton and promptly emit 8.1 MeV alpha. Okay, it should emit 8.114 MeV alpha particle. Okay, so if you are measuring this energy of the alpha, then one can, because measuring the alpha, one can detect that from which depth this alpha is coming. Okay, it means when alpha will come from the depth, larger depth, it will lose some energy. Obviously energy will be less than this, then one can by calculating the energy difference, one can find out the depth of the sample. However, PG is restricted to the detection of gamma, like P proton gamma, proton gamma, proton alpha reactions. The basic mechanism in PG is the formation of compound nucleus in high excited state, and after excited state formation, this nucleus will come into the de-excite and it emits the gamma rays. If you probe the gamma, the technique becomes PG. However, all nuclear reactions do not result the emission of gamma. Okay, that means this PG technique cannot be applied for the analysis of each and every cases, because each nuclear reaction cannot emit the gamma. The limitation of this technique is due to fact that the nuclear reaction to occur nuclear reactions, one requires the Coulomb barrier, because Coulomb barrier energy is there, so this imping charge particle has to be surmount the Coulomb barrier energy. So that is the limitation. It means, let us say for light particle, proton, neutron, helium-3, helium-4 of energy up to 3 MeV, the only accessible element, if you are using this target, this incident particle, so one can detect by using PG less than Z less than 15. Okay, means these less than this 15 atomic number elements can be detected by using the PG. And for heavier element, this cross section become very negligible. So it means both NRA and PG techniques are similar in order to determine the light elements only. So let us try to understand the basic principle of NRA. So if you see, here I have taken, let us say, incident charge particle which is falling on the target X. The energy of the charge particle is E1, okay, mass M1, and this is target nucleus, mass M2, okay, and after when this charge particle incident with this nucleus, it transfers its energy and the chemical nuclear reaction take place, and then excited state a compound nucleus form. So that is X plus A. When this compound nucleus dissociate, then obviously a residual nucleus and a particle will be emitted along with the emission of gamma. Remember, this gamma may not, sometimes this gamma may not be emitted. Okay, so if gamma is emitted, one can probe the gamma, so that will give the technique gamma, proton induced gamma or PG, particle induced gamma. If this gamma is not emitted, one can detect this particles, emitted particle and residual nucleus. Then one can analyze. The technique is known as the nuclear reaction analysis. And this nuclear reaction analysis technique sometimes also called as a nuclear resonance analysis. If this target atoms after nuclear reaction, the whatever the charge particle is falling on the sample on the target, so if the after reaction same particle will be emitted and same nucleus will come out, then that is known as the nuclear resonance. So as I have shown here, if a proton is falling on the carbon and after nuclear reaction, proton again emitted particle is proton, and again a residual nucleus would be carbon. So this reaction, this happens due to proton of 1.7 MeV. Okay, and this happens, this follows this reactions, that is proton is falling on the carbon and it is 13 nitrogen excited nucleus form, and then again carbon and proton is coming out. So I have shown in diagram also. Here this is the incident particle and this is the target. So 3 helium is falling on the sample on the hydrogen, that is 2 hydrogen, and then nuclear reactions take place that I have not shown. And after nuclear reaction, 1 hydrogen will be emitted particle, that is emitted particle, and residual nucleus will go, that is the helium 4, and it will emit the gamma. So that I have written the kinetic energies. Okay, if you find out the total kinetic energy, excess kinetic energy in during nuclear reactions, some energy will be excess energy. So this excess energy of the final product, that is always known as the Q value of the nuclear reactions, correspond to the excited state of the residual nucleus. That can be written, that will be equal to Q is equal to E3 plus E4 plus E gamma, that is energy, this energy plus this energy minus this energy, because total energy should be conserved. That is why this is the excess energy. So if this excess energy is less than negative, means that is negative, less than 0, that is endothermic, means we have supplied energy. If it is greater, it is positive greater than 0, this is exothermic, means energy will be emitted. So obviously, as we have learned in case of RBS and ERDA, so there is some kinematics always take place in such techniques. So here also reaction kinematics take place during nuclear reaction analysis. So if you let us emit the gamma emission, so we can write total energy ET, that is equal to E1 plus EQ or E3 plus E4. So it is simple to establish the following relation, these relations, by applying the conservation of energy and conservation of momentum. If you take the ratio of lightest, means emitted element, the emitted particle was that this one, and this have energy E3. So E3, ratio of E3 to the total energy ET, then E3 upon ET, this will come B in bracket, that is cos theta plus minus D minus in bracket D upon B minus sin square theta 1 by 2 to whole square. You see, this is function of theta, that means that was the scattered. So I have written assignment. If you can do the, if you are able to calculate, you are most welcome. You do the assignment and submit it. If you are not able to do, no problem. But you should try. And similarly, if you take the ratio of this energy to the total energy, that is E4 upon ET, so this A in bracket, that is cos phi plus minus C upon A minus sin square phi power 1 by 2 whole square. So this is for recoil. Again, this is assignment where A and B and C, D are constant. So these are the constant. So if you are able to solve the assignment, you please submit. You at least you try. So it note that A plus B plus C plus D should be equal to 1 and AC is equal to BD. So if the as I told that nuclear reactions may be two types, maybe resonant nuclear reaction and maybe non-resonant nuclear reaction. I have described earlier also. If non-resonant nuclear reaction analysis is coming, non-resonant, so in this case, this NRA is quite similar to the identical to the RBS. Let us say when nuclear reaction will take place, obviously, means how one have to choose the what should be the energy of the incident charge particle and when nuclear reaction will take place. For that, we must need to know what is the Coulomb barrier energy, because only nuclear reaction only will take place if the kinetic energy of charged particle will be able to overcome the nuclear forces, that is the Coulomb barrier, which is given by this BC, that is Z1 Z2 upon 1 M1 1 by 3 M2 1 by 3, that is in MeV. So this in case of Pixie also I have given the Coulomb barrier energy. If you take the lightest particle of single charge, so that will come 1 MeV, means this proton means lightest this charge particle require 1 MeV to cross the barrier. So these are the few nuclear reactions which I have written as an example. So this is proton induced reactions. If you see, proton is falling on the lithium target and giving rise a alpha particle in the residual nucleus helium and giving Q is equal to 17.3 MeV, which means this is exothermic energy, exothermic nuclear reactions. Similarly, boron, proton is falling on boron, giving alpha, giving beryllium. Proton is falling on oxygen, giving alpha, giving nitrogen. So this is deuteron induced reaction. These are the 3 helium and 4 helium. and one can detect the hydrogen also by using these reactions from your sample by doing the NRA techniques. So in this PPT, I have shown nuclear reactions spectrum. Here charge particle energy and counts. So this deuteron energy of 650 kV deuteron is used to allow the nuclear reactions, and one can measure the energy. So this if you see this energy correspond to the carbon. So deuteron, carbon, and giving carbon 12, giving carbon 13, and proton is giving. Similarly, this you see in the sample carbon, silicon, oxygen, and silicon. These elements are present into the sample. This is the NRA spectrum. So these are few nuclear reactions, standard nuclear reactions data. So this is not for MSc student, but for who was doing research on nuclear reactions, these data can be used to find out these reactions. Means if you take which reactions will be possible, which reactions is not possible, and what reactions will happen. Let us say, I suppose I give you an example. If you are taking alpha particle and boron, it will give proton and carbon 14. It will limit this energy. If you see this reaction, that is minus Q is there, that means this is endothermic reactions. Alpha particle punning on the nitrogen and giving proton and residual nucleus oxygen, and it is absorbing the energy, that means endothermic, and all are the exothermic. Experimental setup is quite similar to the, as we have learned, like RBS, PIXI, and this ERDA. We require a charge particle, a beam from accelerator and a sample, and to detect the emitted particle we require surface barrier detector, and to detect the gamma we require a gamma detector, that is highly pure germanium. Okay, and this whole experiment should be done in the chamber. So this is the typical spectrum of 900 kV deuteron beam is used on the SiO2 layer of 600 nanometer. Okay, so this obviously this number of fields depend upon the inversely proportional to cross section and solid angle. This is given. So this is typical proton induced gamma ray emission spectrum. So here basically energy of the gamma is plotted, and each element correspond to the particular gamma energy. This sodium, aluminum, carbon, aluminum, carbon, lithium, sodium. So this experiment is done with 2.2 MeV proton beam. So this is PG spectrum. So these are some common nuclear reactions which give the gamma emission. If in any reaction, if gamma is emitting, that is if you probe the gamma, that is basically giving the proton induced gamma ray emission. So if you see here, so in all chemical on nuclear reactions, gamma proton is used. Proton lithium, proton on lithium, proton on lithium, proton on beryllium, proton on boron, proton on nitrogen, proton on oxygen, proton on fluorine. So normally in PG, proton beam is used to get the gamma. So here this is the energy of the gamma, and one can probe the energy of the gamma and can analyze which elements is present in your sample. So application of NRA or PG. So as I said, this is normally can be used in material analysis. Not only in material analysis, it can be used for depth profiling, and NRA used to do, not PG. Not only in material science, it can be used in medical science to study the trace elements, and it can be used in archaeological sample. So all these lectures are prepared due to corona outbreak. So I request you all, please stay at home and stay safe. I hope I am fulfilling your need to cover your syllabus. Thanking you very much for listening me. If you have any suggestions, comment or advice, you can write on my YouTube channel. Thanking you very much for listening me.